Sure.
And it turned out really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Harris, and I'm the strengths teacher here at Markham. It is so awesome. This is all of Markham in one room at the same time. So today, you get to hear 4 of our Markham music ensembles perform for you. And so we're just going to ask all the kids that are going to play for you today, they've practiced in lessons, they've practiced at home, they've practiced at recess, so they work really hard. So we would really like it if as an audience, you sit quietly, and when it's time to end the song, what might you do? Just clap. Yep. And we hope you enjoy the show. So the first group's going to be the 3rd grade orchestra, that's them. The 4th grade band. Then the 4th and 5th grade strings will play. And then the 5th grade band will play. Okay, so that's the concert today. So be good listeners, we're so excited to perform for you. We're going to start our program, okay? Everyone sit on their tushies so people behind you can see. All right, we're going to start the show.
Hello, Markham. Seated before you, 3rd grade Markham Orchestra. We are very excited to perform for you today. We will play our first 2 songs back to back. They are called French Folk Song and Chicken with a Cell Phone.
I'd like to introduce Samuel Fuller. Samuel has played the violin since he was 3 years old. Soon he will audition for the Pittsburgh Youth Symphony Orchestra, an advanced high school level orchestra. At the audition and for us now, he will perform a portion of Mozart's Concerto in D major scale.
Fantastic. He misses applause because he's worried about the stand. Can you get one more round of applause from the stand? Other than Samuel, everyone else up here started in September and they've come this far that they can play songs for you. So congratulations to all of our third graders too. I want to know, I didn't hear morning announcements. Is it anyone's birthday today? Did anyone have a birthday yesterday? We could play for Luke then. And you, ma'am, if you want to stand for your birthday, you're welcome to stand. If it's your birthday or yesterday, we're going to play. And Cyrus, is that your name? If you want to stand for your birthday, you can. Okay, we're going to play Happy Birthday for you. want to sing, you can. Stay with me, okay? Third grade will finish with their final song, and then they'll stay seated where they're at. We're going to finish off with the blues. Thank you for being such a good audience. Here comes the blues.
In case you don't know or you don't recognize me, my name is Mr. Smith. I teach the 4th grade band students here at Markham, and behind me is what I'm going to call our beginning band here, because there are not only 4th graders in this group, there are some 5th graders. So a lot of these kids, it's their first year playing a band instrument, and there's actually some kids that have been playing their instrument for 2 years, they're 5th graders, and they've been serving as mentors for this group. So they've been coming to our rehearsals and helping out, showing their expertise to all these first-year students. So we're going to kick off our portion of the program with a song called Dragon Fire. school year. I think that's one of our favorites, right, everybody? Yeah, I think that's a crowd favorite. Well, we have one more song to share with you all. Before we do that, third grade students, hello. And do we have any third grade students that aren't playing string instruments right now? Are you in the audience? Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, over there, right behind me. Great. So I just want to remind you all that what we're doing over here right now, you get the opportunity to do this next school year when you're a fourth grader. So you're going to hear all these instruments here together today and what our band sounds like. But next week, Mr. McCormick and I, who's our fifth grade band teacher back there, he'll be up here in just a little bit. We're actually going to have you all come down for a little VIP visit to the band room, and we're going to show you all these instruments up close and personal. So you'll get to hear the flute, the clarinet, the saxophone, trumpet, trombone, French horn, percussion instruments. You're going to get to hear it all. So if there's one instrument that you really like hearing, just know you're going to get to see these up close and personal next week. And not only that, the following week, we're actually going to have you guys get to try out all of these instruments on your own. So if there's ones that you're thinking about maybe playing for next year, you're going to get the chance to not only hear it next week, but try it out for yourself next week. So our last song that we're going to move on to is by the Beach Boys. Is anybody familiar with that band? Raise your hand if you've heard that. Oh, great. Maybe you've heard a song called Surfin' USA and other songs like that. We're actually going to do another one by them called Barbara Ann. Please enjoy Barbara Ann. Thank you, everybody. You've been a great audience so far. We are going to make our transition now. So, fifth graders playing an advanced band, you can stay up here. Fourth graders, grab your instruments and folders, head back on over here. You all come on up, and I'll leave it to Mrs. Harris here to coordinate strings.
So let's have third grade stand up and start transitioning to your spots.
We are the 4th and 5th grade Markham Orchestra. While we are playing our first song, imagine that you are flying in the sky, far above western Pennsylvania, and that you are looking down at the rolling hills and beautiful countryside. Our area of Pennsylvania is part of the Appalachian Mountains, and our first song is called Appalachian Hymn.
Markham players stand because they've played at least 3 years here with our orchestra, and it's because of their leadership we sound so awesome. So can I have all the 5th graders stand up for a round of applause? We hope you all play next year in 6th grade, okay? Let's see, and there's 2 other people I want to recognize. They attended another orchestra called Pennsylvania Music Teachers Group, is what it was really, but PMBA. And they had learned a ton of extra music and they worked really hard. And they represented Markham so well. And that is Maggie Hill and Ethan Schitterman. If you could stand up, please. And the next song that we're going to play is perfect for your International Week. We're actually going to play our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. And the reason we're playing it is because the viola section is actually going to be featured. A lot of times, They don't always get the melody, but we want to feature them today on the Star Spangled Banner. So they're going to stand for you, our viola section. viola players here. We have such a powerful section. Thank you guys, it's been great. Okay, we're going to finish with our last song for 4th and 5th grade orchestra.
Thank you for listening to the 4th and 5th grade Markham Orchestra. We will now conclude our portion of the concert with a song called Sword Dance. Watch our bows go up and down just like they are dancing. We hope you have a wonderful summer.
been a fantastic audience throughout this entire thing. If you don't know me, if you don't recognize me, my name is Mr. McCormick, and I'm the 5th grade advanced band teacher at Markham, as well as Howard Hoover. You're about to hear our advanced band. This is our 5th grade ensemble we've been playing for 2 years. We have 3 tunes for you. The first one's called Star Splitter Fanfare, and we hope you enjoy it. Fantastic. Our next tune is, I would argue this is our favorite tune to play. Would I be correct in saying that, advanced band? Oh yes. We've been working on this tune for a while. This is called Dance Love. It's fast, it's energetic. Try to keep up. This is Dance Love. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just like that, we come to the end of our concert. Did you guys have fun? Yeah! Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, question for all of you. Who has seen Indiana Jones? Whoa! Overwhelming amount of hands. That's fantastic. Well, we have a treat for you. We're going to end our concert with Raiders March from Indiana Jones, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for being an awesome audience today.
All right, thank you so much. So Markham, thank you so much for being such a good audience. You listened. I think Mrs. Fox has taught you a lot about being a good audience, so that's amazing. Can we have the musicians, can you give the audience a round of applause, please? All right, so I think Mr. McCormick and Mr. Smith, and this is actually Mr. De Laurentiis, he's another strings teacher here in Mount Lebanon. We all hope that everyone in the room tries an instrument someday. This is the time in your life to learn to play an instrument, because it gets really hard when you're old to try to learn an instrument, okay? But thank you for being a good audience, and that's our entire program. I'm going to ask that Markham kids, if you look at your teachers, we'll start dismissing from the back when your teacher tells you you can get ready to go. We're going to keep all music